Welcome back to ECS. Almost. You almost got it in time. It was near.
No, because like I don't have sun on this side anyway, so it's like okay, let me try and like put this
Jury
on.
rig it.
Okay, I'm not on screen anymore, so I can fiddle with this a little bit more.
God damn. You're giving away the movie magic. Everyone's gonna know the secrets of show business now.
Wait, is this live?
Yep.
Well, that's a pretty funky piss around from TSM.
This is quite interesting actually as well, yeah. The complete push all the way behind, the flank play coming out, and already 2 men on the side of Cloud9 have been just obliterated. It's just down to nothing, and Slemmy, some very interesting positional play actually coming up. Nothing's going to get taken down. Slemmy followed suit as well, and that's actually the push round picking up by TSM. Very interesting going, as you were saying. Just straight went for the push all the way behind, caught them off guard. Went for the risk that it was going to be the B play, and it worked in their favour absolutely fantastically.
I mean, only actually lost 1 member as well, so for Cloud9, by the time they see TSM members just pushing up middle, did the right play there and actually just pushing up B, getting the bomb down. But with the amount of time you have there, you should be able to get a little bit better like positioned and just make sure that you take those long duels. You don't really just leave 1 man behind, because chances are he's going to end up going down, and that's obviously what happened. So we'll see here. Not really, for TSM's sake, not really a lot of SMGs. Only really sick that has one. Everyone else with the M4s.
Yeah, just that one MP9, obviously. It's fairly standard stuff as well. It's good to see. You do see a lot of teams that actually get a little bit over too invested in the SMGs and potentially throw away this round as well. That is ridiculously important, and you put yourself in this horrendous economical situation. But good stuff, FNS there, utilising the range of that M4. Good distance frag coming out as he shuts down Stewie. And they just react off the back of it, getting instantly in the push towards side, trying to gain map control. Slow things down a little bit now as well. Obviously, a lot of time still left on the clock. They have 2 flashbangs left on the side of Cloud9 and in the smoke as well.
Nice. He does have help from top mid, thankfully, because otherwise that was a little bit too risky, even though they don't have armor or anything.
Yeah, quite cheeky stuff actually coming out there. He's been able to get away with that. Third frag was actually very nice as well, through the blindness as he fought his way through that. Oh, there he is. Down on, he's going to be able to pick it up. Juicy stuff on display right now from FNS into that round. Obviously, the eco, but nevertheless, it was still a very important round to get under his belt.
Yeah, here we go. Cloud9 getting the bomb down on the pistol round. Pretty much fully saving, only had like a P250 and a flash on the second round, so we will see some AKs. Not a single smoke coming in from Cloud9. This is pretty concerning.
It's going to be interesting to see what sort of play they're actually going to go with from this. They can't utilise that to try and zone out TSM or give themselves any extra breathing room. They're really going to have to go in quite dry. They've got the flashbangs to allow them to take passage off the back of the blindness, but that's basically it. In terms of shutting down angles, they have no chance.
Yeah, I actually do not like this whatsoever. And keep in mind, Cloud9 actually, like I said before, they bought 2 P250s and flashes on the second round. 1 P250s, 1 smoke. Instead now you have nothing. Yeah. So it's going to be, Cloud9 here. Yeah, you're just going to have to use your flashes to the best of abilities. Like 1 flash here. Molotoving off. That's the only Molotov you have. Just getting control of drop room.
Actually, really good stuff as well. Twistzz was playing anti-flash, but couldn't reposition himself in time to get that frag. Nothing was able to do a little bit of damage, but then eventually got taken down as well. And it's FNS and Sick left standing. What are they going to be able to do into this one? Looks like it has worked out somehow for the side of Cloud9, just barraging their way for everyone in front of them. Sick going for the aggressive play as well. Will eventually be picked off. The headshot comes in from Skadoodle, and now it's just left on FNS. He has the kit, wants to try and reposition around, gets himself in towards drop down, downs a tag on towards Shroud, but he just snaps around and breaks his neck.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Cloud9 actually got a little bit lucky there. Sick pushing randomly. I don't really know why. You heard 1 flash coming from drop. You had your other member in connector. There's no reason for you to even try to push there. Sure, you don't see anyone. Maybe you just want to try and flank them. But with the amount of time that was left as well, it's just better off in just staying positioned. But overall, Cloud9, again, they didn't really have any smokes, ended up winning the round anyway. So good by them. And now we will see same thing as the game before with Casted. We're going to see a lot of plays coming into this B bomb site.
Yeah, that's where you're going to be able to utilise those AK-47s from a very effective range and really bring the pain towards your opponents. Sharp, flash through the smoke. We'll attempt to actually push in off the back of that. A little bit of a gap divided by both of them, but this just allows Sick to get the opening frag on towards Shroud, in fact. Fantastic stuff on the defense early on. This is, let me put that seed of doubt in the mind of Stewie as well. Not sure in his confidence if he wants to go for this on his lonesome. We'll just be backing off to regroup with his teammates. They haven't seen the bomb yet, and SEMPHIS going on the aggressive angle as well, elevated up by Olofmeister, gets that pick, and this is just absolutely sick stuff on display right now from TSM. Skadoodle trying to compose himself to find that frag towards FNS, eventually did so, but it's really a little bit too late at this point. Autimatic as well. Off that angle, up on top of the elevated position, does a fantastic job of utilising it as well. And now nothing's left in a 1v3. Got the opening frag, switches himself out to the AK-47 as well. A nade and a flashbang to work with as he just tiptoes his way up, slowly just edging towards the bomb site. 37 seconds left on the clock. Is he going to be picked off here? Will he be able to achieve anything before they dispatch him? Back against the wall. Luckily for him, though, he still hasn't realised. Directly on the site, he finally clocks on, spots out Twistzz, just holds the angle for as long as possible. He isn't going to turn around, takes him out with a single bullet to pop his head clean off. Flashbang goes out. Trying to pop a little bit of anxiety towards SEMPHIS, thinking he might actually go for the push, and he's somehow making this work as well. Just obliterating everyone in front of him. He gets that frag off towards SEMPHIS. The nade goes in from above. 6 so very low. 50 HP, AWP in hand. It's going to be hard for him to actually retake this. He's going to try and just tiptoe his way round. Needs to get the angle onto nothing. He's trying to switch so close. But Sick lands the shot and the defuse will come in. That's going to be 3 rounds on the board for TSM now. How unfortunate for Cloud9. Nothing really great individual play.
Yeah, great job by Sick as well. Just actually walking, not making any sound, because I think if it did, it didn't have an armor, it didn't really have a kit. Nothing would have won that run easily. Very smart play from Nothing as well. Just walking up towards CD spawn, jumping off the bomb site. Quite surprising actually there. I'm not sure, was it autimatic that was on the bomb site for TSM? Didn't actually peek around because TSM had no coverage. It was a little bit of a gamble, which I feel like you don't really have to do when you're a 3-on-1 situation. At least have someone that's just like running back and forth, just clearing it from time to time, because then you wouldn't be stuck in the situation to begin with. But nonetheless, great job by Sick. Nice try by Nothing. The initial approach there from TSM with Sick getting the initial frag with the op behind the pillar, and then SEMPHIS pushing the smoke a little bit, gave them a pretty big advantage of 5-on-3 situation, and it's looking good so far for TSM.
It really is. I mean, if they can keep this up, this will be such a great way to kick things off, especially on their CT half, where there is always that chance to struggle. Obviously, CT half usually going to be very effective for these sides, especially a team like Cloud9. You would have imagined it would have been where they were sort of at their best and really proved their staple plays, but nothing. One is lonesome towards drop down paranoid. There is actually going to be a flashbang coming in where Twistzz would go for that aggressive face, but just holds the tight left angle. Nothing. Aware of this, will slowly go round. Gets the opening, and this is fantastic. FNS as well. Actually going in off the back of the flashbang a little bit too late, but makes it work with the opener. He's get traded down as well now, and this is going to be favouring the T's quite heavily until Autimatic's going to be able to do that. Spans through the little gap in towards the air vent. Takes down Nothing. To try and find another frag as well. Dinked straight away into the head though. Taken down to just 5 HP. Skadoodle gets the bomb planted. They've got site control and they've got more than enough time to actually get into after plants as well. Sick, looking like he might try and go all on his own, which could be a bit of a risky move. If he goes in, Skadoodle's close by. That Tech 9 could be so very powerful at this close distance. SEMPHIS just trying to scout it out, having a sniff around, working down what's going on the site. Realises this might be worth just backing off at this point.
Yeah, you might as well. I mean, you have no control, 3-on-2 situation, bomb is down, and Sick is also pretty much stuck here. He's going to stick around though, try and get a frag or two. Now it's the time where he's going to fall back. Just trying to keep Cloud9's money a little bit lower. You know, it's 2.7k you have to rebuy and respend, plus an armor. For Cloud9 there, like I was saying, FNS a little bit too late there. He got the expo flash, and I feel like that situation, when you do get to the expo flash there, if you are uncertain that you want to push, why push at all? Because like that in the middle area, most of the times you do have a player, if you do have people in mid, that's just pretty much standing anti-flash. And then if you don't go right away, there's a big possibility you will just end up dying anyway. So for FNS, you know, a little bit too slow. As soon as the flash comes in, he's just rush in, try and take the gamble, and then just try and fall back. Not do like a sloppy.
It's unfortunate that SEMPHIS obviously trying to utilise that spawn, going for the organic aggro play, but didn't really work out. Back to the Molotov tag down as well. Luckily, he was actually able to get away with his life, which is the only beneficial factor into this one. That 3-2 split as they just hold on the default on that T side, seeing if anyone's going to go overly aggressive once again, play into their trap. Stewie towards mid. He'll just go for this aggressive play on his own. Really should be punished quite early on.
just taking their time here. For Cloud9, they obviously they have a lot of utility left, whereas for TSM, only really Sick that has some nades to work with. Still one Molotov. We do see here for Cloud9, great shot by SEMPHIS, and this is where you're going to see the push coming in from Cloud9.
Yeah, good stuff there. There's the thing, they have to react off the back of this, trying to make that pincer play towards the B bomb site, but they need to get the frags. That's going to be the main point. If they can land their shots and actually get the opener, then the round's still in their hand. They might have a chance. They pop out, they spot out autimatic and are able to punish him. Good stuff from Slemmy. Can he pick up any more? Spamming away towards Tree, lands the headshot on towards Twistzz as well, and this is absolutely fantastic. It's just Sick left on the site. He's waiting for the push to come out now as he's just edging around, paranoid. You can see him jittering, ready for the peek. Spots Slemmy as he was trying to get that bomb down. Lands the headshot onto him as well. Nice Molotov going out if anyone tries to recover it. It's from that side angle over towards Path. That's where Shroud's going to be waiting. SEMPHIS is there with the AWP in his hand. Absolutely fantastic flick as he just glides round, leaving Skadoodle on a 1v3. He has to just back off. 6 seconds left on the clock. He can't recover the bomb. He needs to just get out of there.
That is absurd for Cloud9. You have 4 members left alive and you're not even covering the bomb and you haven't even cleared anything. So there was no time left either. So from TSM, when you actually get that initial pick on the bomb planner, the Molotov there as well, they could have just ran away. Pretty much. But instead, you know, Cloud9 stuck in a bad situation, have to peek, ends up falling, and again, extremely sloppy play from Cloud9. Needs to be someone that at least takes the bullets for him there to get the bomb down.
That's a shame now. This round sort of all rides off the back of Skadoodle. He's going to have to be the entry man, the point man to actually get the opener, allow the rest of them to fall in, and it just doesn't look like anyone's really firing from all cylinders right now on towards Cloud9, and even though he's got the AWP in his hand, they're at such a detriment with their arsenal just being so vastly underpowered compared to the side of TSM. They're really going to struggle to actually achieve much out of this. Nothing towards drop down, fires off a few shots, actually lands that shot on towards Twistzz as well, knocks him down, just barely 20 HP, tapped off him. But this does make his presence known. I like to see this as well. autimatic actually boosted into this elevated angle by Tree. He has the high ground now. This could help him out.
Yeah, but they do still have 2 members on the A-bomb side from TSM, and here comes the push from Cloud9.
That's use of the utility from Cloud9 actually going over, making this really be quite a critical play. Stewie glides right round like an acrobat as he lands in towards that bomb site. He's been given a ridiculous amount of actually space as well, the breathing room to just creep up that close towards Twistzz before he was aware of his position, takes him down. The trade comes into effect and Shroud does one better as well as he gets the advantage now as he takes down autimatic. This is absolutely fantastic. It's going to be a 4 versus 3, but how can they make this one work? Nothing. With that angle covered by the smoke, if he wants to go aggressive, he can do so. SEMPHIS is there, spots out the barrel of the gun, eventually realizes, goes in for the pick, but SEMPHIS is going to be able to take him down. Shroud now comes into action with the AK. The one bullet as he just rips his way through SEMPHIS. It's just on FNS. He needs to get a free K. It's not going to happen. Shroud lands the headshot, and Cloud9 barely bounced back into that one, just off the back of the one weapon on Skadoodle.
Yeah, good force spot from Cloud9. You saw there the B execute, and yeah, Cloud9 getting a lot of free room there from TSM. Great smokes, pushing in, and TSM just forced to fall back. And this is what I'm expecting from Cloud9. This is what I'm expecting from a lot of the teams, where you have to utilize the difficulty to actually hold that bomb site as a counter-terrorist if you have a lot of utility, and that just comes to show there. And on top of that, Cloud9's been using the drop zone so much throughout this half, and this particular round they actually didn't use it. So Twistzz was essentially made useless in that regard because he was just stationed there. He did get one frag, but he didn't really help out the team in trying to hold off that B long push.
It's absolutely really fantastic stuff actually on display there. Being able to pick up a round is quite a critical one, and the economy in TSM pretty horrific at this point. Just one weapon, that's going to be the famous overrun. Sick. He has armor as well. The rest of his teammates with the P250s. If he can soften them up a little bit, potential they might actually be able to find a frag. They do take down Stewie as well, which is going to help them out a little bit later on. Still 1 minute and 5 left on the clock, and everyone slowly begins to reposition. They just reshuffled the deck. Seems like this could actually be an A play coming out a little bit later. Ridiculous amounts of rations of utility over on that side of Cloud9 when they want to go for the play. And actually, everyone on TSM looking a bit paranoid. They begin to rotate off, leaving just SEMPHIS on the scene.
Yeah, look, they're taking a gamble here. Obviously, they're on a save. I would have preferred to probably left SEMPHIS at least in middle. He would have probably heard the flashbangs. Or here we go. Probably heard something, as we do have one more member from TSM falling back. But it was a gamble, and Cloud9 being very smart here and patient.
Skadoodle, the smokes and nades going over, allowing his teammates a little bit more of a safe passage, making their route towards the bomb site slightly easier for them. SEMPHIS will get caught out as well as he tried to stick behind back barrels just at the back of the bomb site. Automatic tapping away with that P250. Luckily, the cavalry has arrived on the scene. They're all ready to just charge in. They're going to have to do something soon. They glide straight in towards the bomb site. They actually get the opener as well off the back of 6, spamming away with that FAMAS. This is fantastic if they can keep this level of aggression up. But Slemmy wants it to stop. Unfortunately, this reign of terror will not be ended, and TSM do recover it off the back of the pistols.
Yeah, and what looked like a clean-cut Cloud9 round, even though they lost entry, getting those initial frags on the A bomb site, getting the bomb down as well, should be a pretty easy round for Cloud9 to win. But again, you see that the teamwork coming in from TSM, just manhandling that bomb site, getting, clearing out all the Cloud9 members, getting the defuse. So good. Again, you saw their previous round, Cloud9 forced by TSM here. Not really a force by. They did have a FAMAS and everything, but ends up being that round as well and putting Cloud9 on yet another eco, or another force buy rather. Actually, it's more of an eco. They bought, they still have money to buy next round. And we're looking in to see, it's going to be essentially the same round as before, with the smoke, 2 smokes and 4 flashbangs.
It's quite an odd state of, obviously, economic peril that both teams have been in as well, where the fact they get that first round and then they actually lose the follow-up. So it just has been resetting both of them, which is making for some very interesting sort of CS off the back of these pistols and rounds. Neither of these teams have much of a stake in when they actually pick up. Slemmy as well, going quite aggressive towards side here. He's going to be sort of the distraction, the main sort of lurking towards around, trying to cause a rotate over if they can. And they won't actually be taking the bait just yet. Meanwhile, everyone else, as they burst out of drop down through Skylight and now towards that B bomb site. What can they achieve here? Twistzz is on the scene, rattling off the shots with the AK-47. Everyone just offering themselves up to him. 2 headshots immediately claimed by him. And he's hungry for a third. He will claim it as well as he shuts down nothing. Fantastic stuff on display. Shroud does eventually get that one frag on towards FNS. Switches out to the M4, but can't quite utilise it effectively. Slemmy comes in the rear. Could have been able to get a frag, but didn't go his way. He lose 1 man on the side of TSM and pick up that round quite easily.
Yeah, and this is exactly what TSM needs now to try and stabilize a little bit in this half. You see there Twistzz with a lot of money now, and possibility even if Cloud9 ends up losing this one, they can buy next round. So we'll see here. Obviously for Cloud9 as well, they have pretty much of a full buy. They have an AWP Skadoodle, have smokes and molotovs as well. Started off with a regular defense round and taking control of mid.
Obviously, once again, this is going to be quite a vital round. I wonder if we'll see history repeat itself from the fact that obviously one team will pick up the round, they'll lose the following one. And if this is where Cloud9 just going to bounce back into it. Skadoodle, AWP in hand. He has the potential to try and get an opening pick for that side if we see any over-aggression actually coming out from TSM, but they're keeping it quite standard this time around. They don't want to run that headstrong play and accidentally give any advantages to the side of Cloud9.
And bomb still down. Just for Cloud9's sake here, it's just all about trying to bait some nades off of TSM, so they have an easier way of actually executing onto bomb site later. Bomb is still circling around mid though, going into A hall, so it looks to be either an A split or just a clean cut. Yeah, they're going towards drop, so it's going to be an A split here. And for TSM, obviously have 2 members left on the A bomb site. It could be a little bit tricky here.
Definitely could be, indeed. There's a lot of potential in this round to actually go quite far south as they try and mount their attack towards that A bomb site. Shroud as well towards connector right now, seeing if anyone is going to attempt to challenge him. SEMPHIS is there. Flashbang goes over. Going off the back of it, rattles off those shots, actually lands the first one, and nice up as well with a flick. If there would have been anyone else coming through window, he would have been able to pick him off. Stewie on the site as well, causing havoc as he finds that frag on towards FNS. He still could have been quite a fantastic factor in towards the round, but Twistzz, he's able to link two of those frags together with a spray control. Not sure how they've even lined up for him like that. In this round, potential, but it slowly gets drained away. Skadoodle lands that shot on towards Twistzz, even just sick in a 1 versus 3 retake. As utility has the kit, AWP is in hand, he has all the natural tools, but the odds are stacked so ridiculously far against him. Is he going to be able to roll the dice and actually pick this one up, or is he just going to hit the ground? Slemmy will be taken down. Oh, there's the trade coming in. Skadoodle obviously had the cross on lockdown with the AWP scoped in. It only took a few measly seconds to obliterate him.
Yeah, Cloud9 with a little bit of a Navi around there, getting the bomb down when it was 8 seconds left. That's one of the reasons why Navi's so good when they do rounds like that, because it makes the seat decide second guess themselves so much, because like one flash over on that bomb site, for example, will just cause you to insta rotate. And there you saw like Shroud drop down and drop and got SEMPHIS and just essentially sandwiched the TSM members, and they just fell down quite heavily. And good round by Cloud9, just taking use of the time and making sure that TSM stays guessing.
SEMPHIS here as well. Boosted onto this elevated angle, seeing if he can achieve too much behind it as he just slowly pushes his way around. I think it's going to be on the receiving end. He gets a little bit over aggressive. It should be nipped in the bud quite early on, but he's actually able to get away with it. It's ridiculous he's done so. He can get away with his life here. This is absolutely ludicrous. He should have been punished for that.
Wasn't there there was a Cloud9 member right on top of him as well? Did he like drop a nade or something?
I'm not too sure he managed to get away with that one. He should have been taken down. They were right there. The trade was basically set up at that point. That was very odd into that round very early on.
Again, very passive play. Cloud9 obviously with the deficit. They do have the smokes and the flashbangs. We're going to see a B long play here coming in again. Stewie2K gets taken up.
He's going to be able to kick things off. He gets the opening frag. Unfortunately, he won't even gets taken down by Sick. And there's a Twistzz coming into effect as well. Skadoodle is going to be able to land that opening warp shot, but slowly starts to get dragged away from Slemmy as well. To take his way out, repositioning through the smoke, finds the frag on towards Twistzz. But what else can they achieve? SEMPHIS dispatching his teammate. Nice stuff from Slemmy, actually spamming back through chicken coops, taking down with a wallbang. 2 men left to deal with. Has the AWP in his hand. 22 seconds. A little bit of time before he has to commit for the bomb plant, but he will actually go for it now. Just going for the bait to try and force them out the fake plant. No one is going to take it just yet. And again, from the sideline, unfortunately, autimatic just spams away for the FAMAS.
Yeah, again for TSM. I mean, for Cloud9 there, just pushing in, not even getting the bomb down. TSM getting 7 rounds already on the CT side, and for Cloud9, is this a tactical pause coming from Cloud9? And I think this is exactly what Cloud9 needs, just to reset themselves here, because they do have some pretty decent rounds. A little bit of a slow round, but also have the day B push coming in, and they just need to find a way here now to break TSM's defense, because it's getting to a point now where it's getting a little bit scary for him.
Yeah, it's coming down to sort of crunch time. I mean, obviously, Cobblestone is a map as well. This is what I was saying prior to this. Cloud9 are one of those teams that you expected to be actually, if anything, a lot better off on their T-side. It is a sort of a slightly T-sided map. You have that advantage, especially as a team like Cloud9. You've got those really talented individual players like Stewie that can go in, try and get those opening frags. You know, the backup of Shroud as well. They have that initiative and the individual sort of skill to try and go for those. But there's not been much of it coming out. They've looked very timid, very scared. TSM have just been annihilating them. Already 7 rounds racked up on their CT half. They've basically won the half already, and they're showing no signs of slowing down. You know, if this keeps barreling out of hand, this could be just a ridiculous half on the board for TSM.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And like you're saying, one thing we haven't really seen from Cloud9 is even a fast push out B, which is on the, I think it was on the pistol round. You just actually that was for TSM. No, sorry, that was the Echo Fox, where you just essentially just rush out B, and that's also something you can try if nothing else seems to be working. But it feels like right now for Cloud9 at least, focus more on the B bomb site. You've been going A quite a lot, and TSM seems to be sticking with the two players there, so it's going to be extremely hard. Whereas for the A bomb site, if you only have the 3 players there and Twistzz is the one holding the drop zone, essentially you only have 2 players holding that massive area over a B. So something to keep in mind of.
Yeah, getting back into this one, what are they going to be able to achieve? Tapping down towards mid, nothing actually gets the opening shot with the B250, but SEMPHIS on the close angle, rattling away with the UMP. Unfortunately runs out of ammo, but he's given enough time to switch to the pistol to land that falling frag and link them together. It just comes down to one man, obviously the star player, Shroud. He pops off ridiculously massive at times, but even this is ridiculously out of chance for him to be able to pick it up. Goes through mid, MP9 comes into effect, spams him down. He's going to fall to sick, and that is an easy one going the way of TSM.
Yeah, eco round coming in for Cloud9 obviously, and this is yet another one. They were extremely low on money. Skadoodle will still obviously be able to buy an AWP, but for Stewie2K and for Slemmy, we're gonna see some Tech 9 and C sets and utility. It's gonna be fun to see here what they spoke about in the timeouts. See what kind of plan they have. Still opted to go towards that mid area though.
Well, there's nothing to open frag as well. SEMPHIS can nicely flick as he comes down. He's able to land it. towards mid. FNS utilising the UMP absolutely gloriously as he just rattles his way for everyone in front of him, goes back for more, and he's able to find that frag as well. Six going to claim the M4 frag on towards nothing, just obliterates everyone in front of him, and it's just Slemmy left, AWP in hand. Has utility. He's up against 3 men. He's ridiculously outnumbered in this scenario. Peeks out. He's able to get the first frag. Wants to go back for more. Very close to actually landing that, but 15 HP left on him. Realistically, if he goes for another peek, they should be able to take him down with just a measly shot. Close to landing it, but FNS was slightly too fast on the trigger with that UMP.
Yeah, TSM taking a gamble there again, stacking 3 members on the A bomb site. Obviously, when Cloud9 got the 2 entries, they instantly assumed, well, it's going to be completely empty now. We got them both. FNS there with the SMG getting some Cloud9 members, just keeping them off the bomb site and causing the other TSM players to rotate and to keep on holding. So for Cloud9, I don't like the approach. You know, you have a timeout, you opt to go towards the A bomb site. Nice shot by Shroud.
Shroud as well, looking like he actually wants to go and try and do a little bit more damage. Jumped straight into the site nearly there. Decided against it. Was very close to actually going straight into off the back of broken wall. Automatic keeps out. Didn't spot out Skadoodle. He just stopped behind the rock there and found that frag on him with a P250. Shroud goes straight in with a deagle. It's the second frag of the round for him, and he finally has gone back to that form. That's what we wanted to see, that aggression coming into effect, those individual plays, just playing off the back of your spawns and trying to see if it's going to work. And it has worked fantastically. They've just really forced TSM into a horrendous situation. FNS is the only one that's actually found any frags on the board already. A 2K for him. He's going to need to go on to claim the entire ace. You need to wipe the entire team off the board for Cloud9 to link this round up for TSM.
Yeah, and it's 2.4K in his bank he should be saving. TSM overall very low on money. Cloud9, not like they did anything differently here. They just bought a bunch of pistols. They don't even have armor. And getting that one shot on Shroud actually caused a little bit of an effect on TSM, where you have autimatic just pushing all the way from A hall, getting shut down by Skadoodle, and all of a sudden it's a 3-on-5 situation, and you have no control whatsoever on the map anymore. So a little bit, you know, for TSM, when you end up losing that entry there, he took a gamble. He obviously thought that it was going to be yet another B long play with the smokes and nades coming from Cloud9 with pistols, when instead it was just a regular one, just like, let's just try and get a pick or two and see what happens. And that's exactly what Cloud9 wanted. Could still potentially be an okay half, I'd say, from Cloud9 if they end up winning this one. Obviously, 9 rounds on TSM's CT side is still going to be extremely hard to beat. Coming in on their T side, but this is a round that they need right now.
Yeah, I mean, a 6-9 scoreline is an awful lot better than a 10-5 in every way for Cloud9. It really would help them out, but it depends if they're going to be able to. Interesting play, a bit flashy as they try and go for the counter boost, but a little bit wrong. They should have had that audio cue and nothing was aware of it. Easy pickings as he gets that headshot off on towards FNS. They go in for more as well, and Stewie's going to be the man to take it. They shut down autimatic. Sick close on the angle to find on the broken wall. Playing by the close angle if they want to push in towards the site. He'll be the one to ward them off. Gets that frag on towards nothing, but even then, still, they're outnumbered 2-1. And there is going to be an absolute barrage of T's waiting to just explode their way out onto the site. Sick claims 1 frag, but Shroud trades it, and it's just left on Twistzz. CZ in hand, that's all he has to try and pick up this round with a minute left on the clock, and they're taking complete site control. This is essentially their domain now. He would need to go inhuman, just literally turn into a demigod to achieve anything into this one. Essentially the area of surprise could allow him to get the opening frag, and there's the trade coming in off the back of Shroud, and that's going to be a 6-9 at the half.
Yeah, FNS, I mean, they were trying to boost their TSM up in drop room, trying to catch Cloud9 off guard, but he actually missed the jump, the initial one, spent a lot of time and then tried again, and by then, you know, you got to base it off of time there, and Cloud9 they had like what, 25 seconds to actually get in positions there. A little bit sloppy from TSM. They should have probably, as soon as you missed that initial jump, just fall back and just take another position. But overall, you see here as well, FNS playing great. He was also the one with the, was that the, oh, it was the second round he got the ace on, right? And here, quite surprising, Stewie2K, which is supposed to be their secondary star player.
Yeah.
Coming into the seat side, though, Stewie2K obviously known on this map to essentially run through every single smoke there is on this map. So it's going to be fun to see for TSM now if they're ready for it. Essentially, what you want to start off here now on your T side is have a set pistol that you already have, and then pretty much all the defaults and stuff as well. Just make sure that everything you do, just have one guy that's holding the flank, because sooner or later Stu is going to be there, and then once you get him, you are essentially just free to even fall back if you want, or just be safe on knowing that no one else is going to be flanking.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes your life so much easier in that scenario. And you're right as well, obviously, on that T half, this is what I was saying. It seemed like it only was sort of Shroud towards the end there that was allowed a little bit more free reign, sort of a bit of slack on the leash. He went for these more aggressive sort of style of faces. He found success in there as well. And the one round that was actually quite fantastic for them is where they did just go for that all-out aggression. We saw Stewie coming in with a late round lurk, pulled it off, did his job absolutely amazing. That's all he needed to do. Whereas before that, basically just going in, trying to get the entries for the side, didn't really work out because it was so late into the round. He couldn't really achieve too much, and they were just getting dispatched. That slow style SCS Cloud9 were playing didn't play into their play style at all, and just didn't complement any of this lineup, really.
Yeah, no, not whatsoever. And I gotta give a shout out to Skadoodle here on his CT side. Skadoodle, this is probably one of his better maps with the op. He does this great in just essentially humping the pillar on the bomb site there, right? Essentially where he's standing right now, a little bit behind. When you do see the executes, he's really good at this area. And for TSM now, it's extremely important for them to have a game plan coming into this, especially on weapon rounds, where it's like, well, we want to execute B, we're going to do the smoke round. Do we have anything to counter Skadoodle here? Because it's going to be extremely hard to get him to stop him of just wrecking like 1, 2, 3 people even when we do this execute.
Here's the thing as well that's really interesting as well with Cloud9 now. They've actually been sort of allowing Stewie to pick up the AWP occasionally, and he's been proving very effective at it. It seems like as well, Skadoodle's been in a little bit of a slump throughout the majority of this year. We've seen him fall off quite massively with the AWP, and it's interesting when Stewie actually picks up the AWP going for these more sort of flashy, aggressive plays. Vastly different in terms of their style of AWPing, and it's interesting to see. So if that actually does potentially come out on their CT half, it would be
very fast A split here.
To take note of, but this push coming out, as you were saying, trying to just barrage their way in, drop down control, instantly taken by them. Fantastic, but Skadoodle, nothing. Begin to regain control of the situation. Fortunately for them, autimatic and FNS are not allowing them to regain the leash just yet. Taking them down with these headshots, fantastic stuff. Shroud caught in a bit of close quarter combat, can't quite deal with this. Trapped in between 2 men. The pincer play coming out. Stewie as well, here he is as he comes in the rear. Finds FNS down, taps him away with that USP and brings it into a 2 versus 2 situation. Manageable stuff. They have the bomb in their control as well. It all just depends on a matter of timing. Who's going to get the next frag at this point?
I would have loved to hear the call there from TSM. Sure, you know the Shroud is in there because autimatic was having a battle with him. But for FNS to rotate all the way back by himself with the bomb, where you haven't seen the last player, and again, we were talking about the rotation and the lurking from Stewie, it's exactly what they wanted. Now they're in a situation where it's actually quite favorable.
Yeah, this is a great spot to be in. I mean, Stewie basically has done his job into the round fantastically. He's forced them to waste so much time. They're paranoid, they're a little bit anxious, they don't really know what's going down. Stewie, he's in a prime time spot. All he has to do is just wait this one out, get the information if he can. Just tapping away as well, doing damage towards that side. If he can find these frags, going for these little bit of overly zealous faces, this could be ridiculously huge if he gets this shot off on towards 6. So very low. Stewie just bouncing around like an absolute madman. Takes him down, but there's autimatic coming in from behind. Not a lot of time left on the clock. He's going to have to commit towards this A-bomb site play. Play straight into the hands of Shroud as he's watching towards mid. He's going to peek out. Shroud to get the information. He can just back off at this point and just try and hold out. They've won the round.
Yeah, extremely sloppy from TSM. What looked to be pretty much of a landslide or a victory on the Fifflaren here ends up with a really messed up call. I think that the reason why FNS might have actually rotated is because I do believe that Stewie is playing A normally on weapon rounds, whereas for this round, I think they based it off a little bit of a spawn, and he was not there. And just assuming that the B side was completely empty. Because again, autimatic was the one who pushed into B after having the fight with Shroud, said there's no one there. But you can't really account for that. You have to make sure that you have the bomb with you, because if it goes down, you know you're in a really tough situation.
Yeah, it's true indeed. It's not really going to be a fantastic spot at all for that side. Now then, interesting by actually coming out. 2 SMGs on display. They've got the FAMASs as well, so they have that range capability. Not a lot of nades, so actually buying extra time into the round and forcing TSM to run down the clock to make their lives a little bit harder isn't going to be something we're going to see too much of this one. Only 1 kit as well on Shroud.
Yeah, they're pulling the same approach here as well, like everyone else. Just smoke flash, 2 smokes, 3 smokes even, and 1 expo flash that's going to come over. And I'm sure it is Sick that's going to be taking the lead here. Just going to jump straight out towards the right-hand side. He's trying to dodge away from Stewie. They actually changed positions then. This used to be Skadoodle's whole spot. So Stewie actually is the one holding B now then.
This is what I was saying, they've sort of tried to switch up the dynamic between the two players. It's interesting to see how that's come into effect. It's Stewie obviously taking that role. Now then, drop down under onslaught as everyone begins to just barrage their way in. The flashbangs come over, actually kind of teammates a little bit there, so it's a bit awkward. They get taken off the back of Stewie. Nothing comes in with a punch as well. Next Stewie with a follow-up frag. This is fantastic stuff. This aggression's just been immediately shut down and snuffed out. Just left on SEMPHIS, the eagle in hand. I'd be surprised if he even got a frag into this one. The headshot comes in off the back of nothing, and they've almost equalised the rounds at this point.
Yeah, I mean, TSM with only... Where did all the other smokes come from, or land? Because there was only one in connector.
I'm not too sure, because...
Maybe they faked the bomb site, rather?
Oh yeah, could have done.
Probably was the case, but Cloud9 playing very safe there, very defensive, just using your rifles to your advantage and taking the long distance duels and not really letting TSM get their way whatsoever, not even getting into the bomb site. With that only one flash from TSM.
Skadoodle, nade towards mid, transfer a fair bit of damage over, but he's not even going to need to worry about that. Just spams away with the MP7, rips his way through everyone, an absolute abundance of frags. And fantastic as well, their cash injection into his bank account there, and Slemmy comes in with that final frag with the FAMAS as he just rips his way through SEMPHIS.
My first weapon run here coming in from TSM. We will not see an AWP on SEMPHIS, but they do have smokes and flashes. 1 HE on FNS. I would probably prefer yet another flash there, just for utility, just to gain some control, but here we go. Might be used actually to clear off the corner if they just want to go with a straight out B execute.
They're going to try and get that B bomb site. Barrage their way in. Shroud as well. Actually going for the counter boost play. No one's watching the angle, everyone's setting up for the smokes. They've smoked their way over right now. There's no one guarding the rear. If he wants to go for this lurk behind, try and capitalize. They're actually going to play right into his hands as well. They've had to rotate back round. He gets the opening frag. Meanwhile, on B, somehow Stewie's had a barbecue. I know it's summer, but he needs to calm down. It's a bit ridiculous. 2 frags on the board there.
Extremely smart play from Cloud9. We'll see what happens here with Sick. Yeah, no, extremely smart play from Cloud9 actually. They threw a Molotov up by the drop room and a little bit further up, and then Shroud got boosted up. So for TSM, they're like, well, they already Molotov. They didn't even really pay attention to drop whatsoever, and that's where you saw the massive flank from Shroud. Even though he only got 1 kill, just the sheer stress level on TSM, knowing that okay, Shroud, yeah, he just killed me. It's gonna be flanking, flank, and then all of a sudden you're in such a hard situation. Leaving Sick in obviously a 1-on-3 situation.
Yeah, it just destabilized the entire round at that point. You could see the panic into them as the fact they got picked off from behind and then they overreacted. They went for the straight up play when they didn't really need to at that time. So really quite shaky stuff on the board there.
Yeah, so far from Cloud9, they're actually holding this very well. And for TSM, I mean, on their behalf now, I would love to see if this round doesn't work out and they end up going on eco. Just after that, just insta timeout. Talk about what you might be able to do and what's working and what's not working. But right now, we do see the bomb heading over towards A. They have been putting a lot of focus on B before. We'll see if this works out for them.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a vital round on the board here, really. Obviously, into round 20 right now. It's getting down to the wire. No more time for mistakes at this point. I'm going to be trying to go for this pincer play. FNS and Kory are going to be the lurk. Just making that distraction towards the B bomb site, catching off the rotate as well as he plays towards drop down. That's fantastic. Gets the opening frag. This is going to force a little bit of a rotate to actually come out. You would imagine that's right. FNS, he's able to slip out as well. His teammate's quite low, but if you can back him up, at least deal a fair bit of damage over. Still trying to force that rotate, but they haven't bought it. Skadoodle on the site. He's stayed close by, and this is great. Cloud9 bringing it back very easily as they just dispatch everyone that offers himself up in front of them. Twistzz, the last man left standing. He's going to hit the ground, and great stuff from Cloud9. Didn't over-rotate, played into that round fantastically.
Yeah, and that's something to keep note of as well. You end up losing the entry. Cloud9 there probably receives a call. No bomb. I can't see anything. It's just one player. Just hold your ground a little bit more. 2 members from TSM ends up going out to be bomb site, but again, still no bomb. You have not spotted a bomb. Cloud9 just stays stationed, leaves 2 players on the A bomb side, and then it just complete lockdown. So great job by Cloud9, and for TSM, yet another buy. No nades whatsoever here this time.
Yeah, if they want to go into the site, they're going to have to go in bareback. They've got nothing to allow them safe passage in. They can't make their lives any easier at this point, and it's going to be quite a struggle for them.
Yeah, I think now they're just essentially basing it off of the previous round here. It's like Sick probably gave SEMPHIS a call saying, dude, I can just walk out B here. I'll get him next time. And it's like, okay, let's try them again and see if it works this time. I think they're going to have a really hard time here, though. Even if they do end up getting nothing here, the initial frag, just trying to get into the bomb site without any utility is going to be extremely difficult.
Yeah, they are going to have a very hard time trying to brute force their way in once again. Obviously, Cloud9 should be aware of the mistakes last time and have patched up those leaks before then. Nothing actually out in the open. He was in that elevated angle and things really didn't help him out too much. Nice nade being used in the back of Stewie there, gets the opening frag and he does one better as well as he continues to just rip his way through the opposition. A 3K already on the board for him before he hits the ground and now it's just left on autimatic. A 1 versus 3 to attempt to pick up this round. 40 seconds left on the clock. Just trying to go for these peaks, edging out, looking around. Panicking, no one has a reason to face him right now. They can all just hold their ground. He's going to hit the floor, trying to mask the sound a little bit. He tiptoes round, will spot out one man by the side of the rock, but there's no reason to beat him. Mike eventually gets that fragment towards Slemmy, but Shroud's instantly in there with a trade, and Cloud9 looking like they've finally been able to lock down this CT half.
Yeah, and Sick, again, just going out, getting nothing, getting that initial frag, but it doesn't really help because you saw there Stu was a good position, especially now when they don't have any nades, getting those 2 frags. Now by then, yeah, you end up getting him as well. It's a 3-on-2 situation, but with no utility. And TSM here, a little bit sloppy now. Just keeps on buying round after round, and it feels like they're throwing away a lot of rounds here where they really shouldn't have. Sure, trying to keep Cloud9's economy to the lowest, but I feel like you should really have a solid game plan here coming in.
Close nade as well, just bounced straight off the box by Stewie. Take the game away a little bit, so they're going to react off the back of it, just playing off play due to the contact. They charge into the site, but Shroud, he's just defending it with his life. Absolutely fantastic shots in display so far. Gets the opening frag, and I think the one as well on towards autimatic. This is looking quite grand. I think not affected by the Molotov as he plays close towards block. Just going to go for the straight backstab. Sick barely just readjusts at the wrong timing. He hits the ground. The rest of his teammates getting burnt to a crisp as well. It's just left on SEMPHIS, a 1v4. M4 in this position doesn't have much of a chance into the round. He's just going to be holding it. Here's the bomb get tapped. Can't really even face as he will just get immediately slain. Hoping he could potentially get a frag or get out of there, but Skadoodle had the angle. And nothing's going to go his way.
Yeah, same thing again. It's the same thing 3 rounds in a row now. They do get the entry on the B bomb site. They feel like they've won the round already, but then nothing. Yeah, Cloud9 doing a really good job in just staying very defensive, just staying stationed. Stewie2K end up going down, but overall, like Cloud9 is doing such a great job in just keeping TSM off of the bomb site. Sure, they got the bomb down now. They do have a better buy, but it's not only because you don't win rounds just by getting the entry. You need to have a solid game plan coming into actually getting the site overall as well. And right now, TSM are just not cutting it.
It's true. It seemed like all that hard work and dedication they put in towards their CT half, where they were playing absolutely fantastic, just out of their minds, and now it's all starting to display. They just can't get that structure together. Communications had a bit of a breakdown. Things just are going wrong for them. The afterplant positions, you know, they're being able to get into that site, but then it all just crumbles, and it really is just down to that wire sort of play. They need to nip that in the bud now. It's really not a lot of breathing room left for them. There's push coming out forward side as well. Slemmy's there, waiting to count on them. What can he achieve?
Yeah, Sicker is down on 29 HP again. He tried the same thing he's done for the past 3 rounds. This time doesn't really work out unless Stewie2K ends up just pushing. But it should not be the case. Bomb is moving back towards A. We'll see another approach here coming up from TSM.
I'll just try and take that side control now and hit towards the A bomb site. Not stopping nothing as well. He was in that elevated angle back towards Olaf Meister. Sick charging from the smoke, just trying to go for the risque play. Caught him off guard and sprayed him down.
Yeah, look at the rotation here coming in from Cloud9 now. Nothing getting that kill, and you're going to have 3 members here from Cloud9 holding this A bomb site. Very, very unorganized push here coming in from Sick.
There they go. One by one, they offer themselves up, just peeking on their lonesome, making the lives of Cloud9 so much easier. autimatic does eventually find that one frag. FNS trying to claim one as well. Will recover himself and get that headshot. Gets the follow-up frag as well. This is actually great. Finally, they've been able to get themselves onto the bomb site. And not only that, they've got a ridiculous amount of frags as well. Vastly outnumbering nothing, but they've had so many rounds slip away from them. I wouldn't be surprised if nothing has potential into this one. He's got the natural tools, got the kit. He has one flash to work with as well. So many angles to clear though. It's going to be a hard task. Tiptoes out on towards the bomb site. autimatic is going to catch sight of him and take him down.
great aftermath positioning from TSM there. You had pretty much cover from everywhere, automatically just making sure that the guy by the little box, what do you call it, like stables?
I think so. It's like stables or like wood.
Wood? I don't know.
Straight wooden.
But yeah, just make sure that you keep everyone covered, and that's exactly what happened. So good job by TSM. Looked to be a Cloud9 round there, but TSM actually worked their way up towards the bomb site. Just ended up killing essentially all of the Cloud9 members. It's a good start for the comeback. I'm quite surprised that TSM is still not used to timeout. Because it was only Cloud9 used it before, right?
Yeah, and then as well before, it seemed like Cloud9 were the ones that were quite reluctant to use it, whereas TSM, they seemed very open. They were in the lead when they went for their pause to try and adjust things, so
yeah,
real weird that they've actually made that conscious decision to not try and nip it in the bud early on, and it started to barrel out of control. You can see that already 3 extra rounds on top of the buffer that they have. TSM, it's not looking good.
Yeah, no, and TSM with the same approach as before. 3 members walking towards A hall and 2 TSM members towards the B bomb site. Wonder if we're going to see another A splitter, which is just going to fall back, put some pressure on there. I do like this approach if they actually don't end up not doing anything though. Twistzz going to be in trouble here.
The angle and knockdown there by Skadoodle eventually does offer to reposition to a little bit more of an advantageous one for him. Twistzz seems like he'll be the first one to go round. Pete comes out as well, the back of SEMPHIS, AWP in hand. They have the utility if they want to try and flash their teammates over. The smoke's going to go for connector as well. Skadoodle's backed all the way off now towards the bomb site. Yeah, he's going to be able to reload it and finish his teammate. You can see the rotate instantly starting to unfold. They could be caught off guard by this lurk from FNS. So plays his role correctly. Unfortunately for him, couldn't get the frag on the board. Skadoodle's going to claim one towards autimatic and the follow-up. That's Skadoodle we want to see. And back to the old stuff with the flicks actually coming out. SEMPHIS, he's got to back off now.
Just great timing on Skadoodle's Molotov there in A hall. TSM had essentially no time left whatsoever. Gets SEMPHIS out as well after the bomb is down. No money. But yeah, great hold by Cloud9. That molly essentially saved Cloud9 quite a bit of time. And for TSM, not really showing themselves over the B bomb side just initially in the beginning of the round. Gave Cloud9 a lot of time just to rotate over and try and help out the rest of the team. TSM again now with yet another buy and no timeouts.
That's the thing as well, TSM didn't have much money, so going down third round, there just wasn't a lot to go on. They tried to do as much as they can. They've got the Galils in their hands, but they're just hitting the ground. They're getting taken down, just completely battered and bruised by the side of Cloud9 that are ripping their way through them so ridiculously easily into this round. Just a few measly seconds and half their team already dead. They're going to follow suit as well, and a 6 just gets dropped, and the last man will get tapped down through shroud, just tapping into that smoke. Eventually autimatic goes down. It's 15 to 10 score, and looking like Cloud9 are going to be able to recover this second map and take it on towards Dust 2.
Yeah, I mean, overall, throughout this second half, Cloud9 has been playing a lot better, individually and also team-wise as well. Just helping out each other, flashing for one another, just make sure that you have all the rounds covered. And for TSM, this looks like a little bit of a switch compared to even the first map, and now on their CT side, switching over to the T side, just feels like a different team. Not really working together. FNS just rushing there, getting caught off guard. And you do see the remaining 4 TSM members just going out towards A hall.
It does just look like a complete communication breakdown. I mean, it's very odd indeed. So watching it though, nothing. Spano over that M4. That frag goes back for more. He actually gets the second shot off as well towards autimatic. It's just absolutely ridiculous stuff there. Just measly weapons in hand. So they've only got those pistols. They were able to upgrade Sick to get the Galil. He scavenged that back, but even then, 2 versus 5 in this situation, limited utility, you only have these weapons in your hands. This is an easy round. This basically should be Cloud9 shutting the game down and picking up Cobblestone right here. If they lose this, it would be absolutely ridiculous at this point.
Yeah, I mean, look at the positioning for Cloud9 as well. They know that the 2 remaining TSM members are here, so.
And there you go, Skadoodle coming to the action. Lands that nice little shot off on towards Sick. It's just on Twistzz. Then there was one, and then there was none. He hits the ground, bodied by nothing into that one. And that's going to be a 16-10 scoreline, with Cloud9 being the ones to pick up map 2. We're going to be heading over to Dust 2 as the third and final map.
Yeah, and TSM only actually ended up picking up one T round there throughout that half, and Cloud9 again seemed to be waking up a little bit here and moving into Dust 2 here now. I mean, looking at Cloud9, they have 2 red operas. You have, like you're saying as well, Stewie2K with the flashy plays. You also have the very solid opera in Skadoodle. So I feel like now TSM had the chance of just ending up winning 2-0. Coming into Dust 2 now, I gotta have to favor Cloud9.
I think I'd have to agree with on that. I don't really realistically see TSM picking up a map like Dust 2 because, as we were saying, you have those star players, right? We haven't really seen them popping off too much throughout this series. Obviously, Shroud and Stewie are sort of the main 2 when you look at it, sort of those 2 players that can go for that very confident sort of style of play. It's quite pluggy and flamboyant, but it works, right? You know, they've got that sort of potential firepower behind them. There wasn't much of that on a map like Cobblestone, but Dust 2, it allows for that. It allows for a lot of sort of mistakes and those more sort of ridiculous plays. That's where they're going to come into effect. So if they sort of take this as their domain with the added confidence as well, coming in off this, off the back of a win, where I feel like they're going to be a lot more energetic, they want to kind of sort of take this aggression to TSM, this could be real bad for TSM.
Yeah, no, I mean, the thing is, I want to put the same advice that I gave EchoFox essentially on Dust 2 that they played initially, where for TSM now, you're a newer team, probably fundamentals are not as good as Cloud9, then you want to play a little bit more aggressive. You saw Sick there, for example, on Cobblestone. He was the one trying to make plays on the B-bomb side, got the entries from time and time again. You want to keep on doing that coming into Dust 2 now, and let SEMPHIS work with this op as well, and just play a little bit aggressive, get that pick, and then you can fall back if you want, but just at least have a game plan coming into it. And on top of that, use your timeout if things aren't working.
Yeah, that was really good. I mean, that's sort of what we touched on during the game, right? They went for that. They went for the timeout when they were ahead in the previous map on Inferno, and it helped them a lot because we saw that sort of coming into play, the tunnel vision. They were locking down. They couldn't actually find out how to get an answer on their CT off. Went in for the pause, worked out fantastic. They were able to work it down, locked it down, follow through to pick up the game. But then Cobblestone, where things went wrong the entirety of their T half, no sort of initiative there to try and slow things down, have that sort of break. The pause is there for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, it would be quite funny now if that one pause that came in on Cobblestone was actually from TSM, even though they were like massively leading. And I've been like stressing enough, like probably 8 times, use the timeout, and then I look like a fool. But I apologize. But yeah, it's going to be, I think that we are obviously waiting for players to come in to the server. But it's going to be, yeah, I mean, both of these games now, it's going to go to the 3rd map. And you saw the previous one, Liquid obviously taking the reins over EchoFox. They are the better team. I feel like the same thing here. When it comes to the crunch, Cloud9 is the better team, and I do feel that they're going to get away with it.
There you go. That's what we think over here, but we'll be back to see if that is going to come true, how this one's going to go down. It's going to be Dust 2 in just a few moments.